Here it comes from the studios in our homes, YouTube's queerest half hour of fantastic artists, live and queer. Valerie Troutt, come on down. You're our guest today on Live and Queer. Welcome to Live and Queer, QCC's queer art show. Today, I'll be talking to singer and songwriter Valerie Troutt. I'm super excited to be talking to the Oakland Girl herself. But before we get to Valerie, we're going to do something fun and give you a Wheel of Fortune style puzzle to try to solve at home. Yes, I mean you. The category for this puzzle is YouTube. Do you have any guesses for what the answer might be? Put them in the comments. We'll reveal the answer later, so stick around to find out what that is. But let's get back to the show. Since you're here to see Valerie, let's bring her on. Valerie Troutt, everyone.
Hey.
Hi, so good to see you.
You too. Thanks for having me here.
I'm looking so forward to having a conversation with you about your work. So why don't we get a little taste of it and watch what you do?
Beautiful. Ooh. 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 Dreams like rainfall from the sky, and love is just a mystery. Strong hearts, strong minds build strength to care, but sometimes a life seems too much to bear. Feels like too much to bear. It's like too much to bear. Why can't I live life? Why can't I be who I know I am? It's the truth, yeah. I've been looking for the truth. Seems there's so many different points of view.
Yes.
Hey.
Ooh, thank you for that. I love it. Your voice is like, it's buttery. It is so, I went through like a range of emotions watching and listening. So that's definitely, if I can put that on a playlist, I want to be doing that for.
Word.
Yes. I listen the words too, the looking for the truth, so many points of view. I was really feeling that. So yeah. I don't know if there is something you want to tell us more about this song, and what inspired you.
Yeah, it's actually a remix to to a song that I wrote maybe dating myself here, which is fine. I'm 45.
Yes.
Okay. But it's about 22, 23 years old. I wrote when I was living in New York, and I was looking for the truth.
Yeah.
You know, coming from California into New York was just like, you know, out of the bubble, you know, into this whole other world. And I was just like, what is going on? You know, and trying to understand, like, am I looking into your eyes and saying hello and you're actually saying something different to me? Like, you know, in terms of all of my different relationships that I was creating and building. And then 2 years ago, I got the opportunity to record a project, to record that music in California. With the same band from New York, which was fun. Yeah, they all came here, and we recorded the Oakland Girl project, the album. And one of the people from the record company asked me to make a remix of any of the songs and to create some promo for that. So that's where that came from, and it just opened up a whole new, like, interpretation. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love the way that music or art that we've made can take on different formations and bring us also into the future. A conversation with your previous self and your present self.
Completely. And that's it. That's exactly what was going on through my mind. It's just like, where was I and where am I now? And how am I with that?
Amazing. Know? So you were born and raised in Oakland. And you come from a family of artists and activists and teachers and spiritualists. Can you tell us a little bit about, you know, what the creative scene, what inspired you about Oakland coming up?
Church. You know, my church was called Love Center, and it was birthed out of a church that they call Ephesians, which still exists. But this is, you know, birthed out a generation of folk my mother's age, who's in her 70s now, the Hawkins family, where they were told, you can't play that music, you know, in church. And during that time, you know, you had the Beatles, you had, you know, Aretha Franklin, you had everybody turning up, you know, gospel music becoming more secular and that kind of thing, and rock and roll and the blues mixing, and just, you know, it was just an amazing time period, you know, Sly and the Family Stones, you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, my bishop, late great Walter L. Hawkins, he was like, well, you know, okay, I see what you guys are talking about, you know, heaven and hell all the time, but we kind of just want to talk about heaven and grace and love. And so, you know, and we'll talk, he's like, we'll talk about hell, but not right now, you know. So, and that's the way the elders tell it to me. And he went and opened up a church where anybody could come. And he said, you know, you can come, and all the artists flew there. People were coming from all over the world.
Because it was so welcoming?
Because it was so welcoming, and, you know, it was artist friendly. They were playing this music, and it was like killing, you know, like people would come to, you know, just hear the music, you know, and that would kind of lure people in to stay for the whole experience, you know. And they had, you know, basically concerts where, you know, where everybody just got to like groove and get down and like feel the spirit or whatever emotion they were feeling and release. And I feel like that is what fueled, you know, at least a part of my experience in wanting to share that with, you know, with people. Sylvester was a member of Love Center.
What? Sylvester? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. They had all these really amazing, like, disco singers and stylists. You know, that their stories aren't really told. Their stories aren't really told, and I'm waiting for, you know, someone outside of myself to be like, you know, sharing this information, because I was a child during that time, you know.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, I just wanted to recreate or, you know, just live in that space much longer, Like, I want it to last forever. You know, so I created a group called Moon Candy, which is a live house music ensemble, which helps to create that experience for me, and, you know, to be able to offer an opportunity for folks to come and just get free with the music.
I love that. I love that idea that, you know, that the spirituality, the connection with the music, that's where it's homegrown, but that it's also welcoming, and that it can go outside of just a kind of like organized, you know, religious space where some people don't always feel welcome. So that's beautiful. That's really great. Can you tell us a little bit about like how will you describe to those outside of the Bay Area what the creative scene is like in Oakland? I mean, there's just so many different little pockets. Some people see them, and some people, you know, never get to experience them.
Oakland is a melting pot, you know. You can trace that all the way back to the Great Migration, right? You know, Black folks coming from the South, not just to, you know, have the better way of life, but also to meet up with other artists and thinkers, right? And it's the same thing now for folk coming from all over the country, coming to Oakland because they want a piece of that. They want to be involved in, you know, in the community, in the being able to have a space of belonging, a space that you don't have to just only know exactly what you're doing, but you can create and develop what you're doing, right? And learn how to pitch it, that kind of thing. So yeah, there are different pockets. There are music pockets, there are visual artist pockets. You know, there's all different kinds of artists in Oakland. One thing that has over the years brought folk together is like First Fridays.
Oh yeah.
First Fridays, and also the different house music clubs, the People Party, some things that don't exist right now. Due to gentrification and the rising cost of rents. There are a lot of artists completely. There are a lot of artists being pushed out of Oakland right now that are moving. We've lost a lot of people over the years, but there's not necessarily a resurgence, but there is some attention being brought to those concerns right now. Through, you know, people are able to tap into like grants in different conversations where they can gather together, and not work alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like that history of Oakland, the connection with the South, the kind of international flavor, just all of that is a part of Oakland that if we want to care, if we care about that flavor that attracts other people, you know, including people who have been priced out of San Francisco or other places, then we really need to do that work to protect it, right? Yeah. Amazing. So you're a singer, you're a songwriter, performer, and you're going to be a part of the National Queer Arts Festival this year. So tell us what that show is going to be like.
Well, that show is going to be really amazing. It's going to be at the New Parish in Oakland. And nice. It's on a Monday evening, June 20th. And the opening act is Audacious I Am. She's a wonderful poet and educator from the South by way of Oakland now. And she's going to open, and there's going to be a full band, myself and a trio. And there'll be some surprises in the show also.
Ooh, I love surprises.
Right? We always got to have some surprises, you know what I'm saying? So
keep us on our toes.
Completely, you know. So there'll be some surprises in the show, and hopefully I can bring some imagery into the show also, like you just saw from that last video.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll be looking forward to that. June is going to be jam-packed. Put you on the list of things to go see.
Yes.
But you've been a part of NQAF before. What keeps you coming back? What do you think is special about this particular festival?
I think it offers a unique opportunity to explore different sides of myself, different aspects of community. So I feel like the first show I did was a solo show. I did Yoshi's twice, Oakland.
Ooh.
Which was new for QCC and new for the festival. And the second show, I curated a show of all queer jazz, soul, and folk artists that included the late, great Blackberry.
Oh, yes. We love Blackberry.
But yeah, so it presents, it helps me to present different ideas and be able to explore it and not feel like I can't. It gives me an opportunity to explore these ideas without a financial burden, which is really amazing and beautiful. Where we can actually pay artists to participate and have support with the venue costs and those different types of things, and still and learn more about the different aspects of artistry and stuff like that through the the QCC program and stuff like that. So that's what keeps me coming back, is just knowing that I have a place to come every year where I can apply and they can say yes or no, but hopefully yes every time. And show different parts of my artistry with love.
Psst, remember the puzzle at the beginning of the show? I'm here to give you a hint. Here's the puzzle with some free letters filled in. Do you know the answer now? Enter your guesses in the comments. Okay, now back to Valerie. So tell me a little bit about what is in the name queer for you? How do you think these labels and these names affect our lives?
Well, I think of the word queer, and everybody has definitions, right? Everything has a definition. And I think there's even a part of the definition queer that you can find it's different or weird or special or something.
Some people like feeling that way. Right, embrace it, right?
Yeah, completely. But also, it was used in a derogatory way, right?
Right.
So, it isn't an umbrella word that's supposed to invite, a plethora, a number of different type of folk, in under it. I don't necessarily all the time feel like that is me.
Okay.
And sometimes not that I don't feel it's me, I don't feel that it represents me, if that makes sense, all the time. Because you might see the word queer and then you don't see any people of color. So, or you might see, a queer conference or anything that has to do with that word, and then there's no representation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Gotta have you gotta do the work behind the words.
So, it's just does that include all the time, people of color, And so that's an ongoing conversation in my head. And then using that label, can definitely affect you in different ways. I guess in different environments. I find the word fluid to be more attractive to my brain.
Ooh, okay.
Just because it is literally fluid,
Yeah.
But, I don't necessarily feel like I need a label necessarily at all. But to qualify, you know what I mean? Which is interesting, and this is why I think this conversation is interesting, is gender bias, this labels with queer, even fluid, will be obsolete in the next, I don't know how many years. Because,
Yeah.
you know, the young people are teaching us this now. You know, it started,
Yeah.
maybe 10, in my mind, it started maybe 10 years ago, maybe more.
Okay. Yeah.
But it seems like this language is shifting
Yeah.
or being phased out, you know, and I'm
Okay.
very curious as to, you know, how these words will affect us or not, and what will be the next words to, will there be categories at all?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
interesting.
And
And what that
I love,
means.
right? I mean, because we don't need to stay stagnant, and you know, sometimes we grasp onto these words because they've helped us, you know, find our own way or find our own people, but also, yeah, we if they're not working, we need to keep the language pushing it, and yeah, and hopefully we don't need these categories and words, because we will live in a different type of society. But yeah, I love that about young people pushing us all the time, because at one point we were also those, you know, free, fun loving. I mean, I still think I am, but you know, the younger people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're teaching me, you know, and I can be 100% about it. You know, I'm still learning, you know, just like even in the sense of announcing I'm Valerie Troutt and my pronouns are, you know, just like learning that I need to announce my pronouns and what that means, not just, you know, for me, but for other people in the room.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And, or mislabeling people, is huge, you know, but it's definitely an unlearning and a learning, you know, happening at the same time.
Yeah, and if we really want a certain type of society, we have to do that work and keep on trying and keep on bringing people in. So what do you think has changed in like this, you know, queer, as we're calling it now, community, since your times, you know, since you came out or since you came into yourself, you know, what things are you looking for, are you grateful for, or learning now?
I'm grateful for the elders. I'm grateful for our fluid and queer elder folk. I sat with a woman, and we had a conversation just about things that need to be done in order to secure our future. And I was like thinking I'm talking this big talk, you know, and everything. And she looked at me and she's like, we already did all of that. We did the protest. We laid our bodies down. We went to jail. We did all of these things. You know, so why do you care what other people think? You know, in terms of like what we need, we have to be that and create it. You know, create access to what we need. We are our best resource, you know, amongst each other is what I got from that conversation. And that whatever you need or want, like, you don't need to wait for it. You just need to step out on faith, and like ancestor is waiting on you. Like, make the move, you know? So I think the difference between me then and now is knowing that I am enough. You know, and I was just sharing this with my partner last night that, you know, in your 40s you realize, well, at least in my 40s I have realized that okay, I might have a similar set of problems that I did in my 30s, but I don't need to worry about it anymore. You know, I can identify it, I can see it, I can track, I have my own receipts. I can track back and know how I got to this argument with this person. It's because either I chose to, you know, do certain things that would trigger, you know, X, Y, and Z, or I didn't pay this bill, so now this is happening. Like, I can see exactly what I've done, you know. So it's, you know, it's an opportunity for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna count it all joy. I realize what I've done. And in order for that to be corrected, then I have to deal with certain things, you know, like it's not something I can just skip over, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's the difference between like me then and now, is realizing that I have this opportunity to create the future that I want. outside of just following the norm.
Right. Absolutely. I love that. The way that you are talking about that is like it feels like it comes such a grounded place and peaceful, right? It doesn't mean that you still aren't, doing yourself and doing, the things that you were set on this earth to do. I've also seen that you said once that the dance floor is our universal synagogue, and we welcome everyone to come and lay their burden down.
Yes.
Can you expand on this? I mean, I have always thought of the dance floor as just like a place where you could work it all out, with or without words.
Yes, completely. And with or without a partner, right? Did you ever go to the End Up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Long time ago.
So I used to love going to the End Up and Sundays, the 4 o'clock, the tea party. And right?
I love an early afternoon event. I used to think like, why don't we get the evening time? But as I get older, I'm okay with that.
Right. You're like, yeah, okay, we can go home, party and still go home and sleep at a good hour. Amen.
Yes.
But so we would go to the End Up and they would be playing. I love house music, so they'd be playing house and the various DJs would be going in, David Harness, and whatever DJs they invited to come. And I would always have these beautiful experiences with random folks on the dance floor. And it wasn't like, we came together or anything like that. But at the end of the night, when they're pushing everybody out, we would have these exchanges like, just like, or peace, or like, like just with the eyes, with the body, everybody would just be like centered. It was like you had been to church in some way.
Yeah.
Like you let something go,
Yes.
And I thought like, well, what if the world could just do that, like all at once, just let it go, like just put a universal beat on and let everybody dance and let this go, So, I feel like the dance floor is an epic place to feel your body, frequency, rhythm, sound, pitch, all of those things, even in science, can alter your state of mind, right? Can help ease pain, can do all different types of things. So I think the dance floor is just this wonderful, beautiful, magical place. And the DJ is, this amazing god or goddess who can help you, through this portal, of, you're experiencing, get you into the right place. And so I love doing that. I love going to dance. But I also created Moon Candy just for that specific reason. To create that environment and be able to shift and lift with folks musically, lyrically, and just share the love.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that. And Chorizo wanted to jump in on this conversation because he loves that. He loves that. He loves working it out on the dance floor too. I'm so appreciative that you have shared a little window into your artistry and your influences. I can't wait to see more of your work in the future. So thank you so much for having this conversation with me today.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to add?
No, let's just meet on the dance floor.
Yes, I love it. I love it. If you want to see Valerie perform in person, she has a few shows coming up soon that you don't want to miss, including the National Queer Arts Festival. Hey, wait, that's us. And she'll also be at Mr. Tiffles and the renowned Stanford Jazz Festival. You can follow her on Instagram at ValVoice, and her website is ValerieTroutProjects.com. Links are in the description. And before we end, let's reveal the answer to our opening puzzle. Editor, give us a few seconds for our last-minute guess. And the answer is like, share, and subscribe. I know, shocking, right? Okay, that's our show for today. See you next time.